Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is another edition of my channel, The Smoking Beard. In this edition of my channel, I wanted to go over how to regulate your propane smoker in order to keep it at the right temperature. When you're smoking, it is crucial that you keep the temperature low. You don't want to, you're not grilling, you're not searing, you're smoking. And so what that means is that you're keeping it at a lower temperature and you're introducing smoke to your actual cook. Now it can get very tricky. You need to be able to regulate your smoker in order to get the proper temperature inside your actual smoker. Now with these propane smokers, they're very, very powerful, and I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that. Right now I have a smoker. I'm seasoning this smoker and I have it at the lowest setting possible. I have the my smoker, the damper, open all the way, and it is just barely keeping it at the temperature that I want. It's at about 235, 237. It jumps up to 238, 240, and it comes back down. Now, that is a proper temperature to actual to smoke. Now, how would you regulate this in case you're not getting up to temperature? Let's say you're not getting up to temperature. Well, the obvious thing is to first open that puppy up. Problem is that if you open up too much, even just a hair or two, the temperature shoots up. Another way that you can, let's say I wanted to make it a little bit warmer in here, is I would actually come over here and close the damper. All right, by closing the damper, what that's going to do is that's going to trap more of the heat inside the actual smoker, and steadily your temperature inside your smoker should actually start to increase once the heat, or the heat starts to build up inside your smoker again. That's one way of actually regulating your actual your smoker on the inside. What you can also do is you can also try to see if your chips on the bottom are not flaring up. Like I'm going to show you what I have on mine. Right now you're looking at about 230, so when I open this it will probably drop a little bit. But what I did on mine is, because I was having an issue of my chips flaring up on me because they were too close to the actual heat source, and the original chip pan that came with the smoker was, in my opinion, was improperly designed to be a smoker. I actually purchased a skillet, a cast iron skillet, and you can see I put my actual chip tray, I wrapped it in aluminum foil, but then on top of that I put this 10-inch cast iron skillet. So what that's going to allow me to do is going to allow me to introduce heat, but at the same time it will not flare up my actual it won't flare them up, it won't make them catch fire. Okay, it's just a nice little smoldering smoke right there. So that's one way to prevent your temperature from going up too fast. And as you can tell right here, I did say my temperature was going to drop a little bit because I opened it. It did drop to 223, which to me is a perfect temperature to smoke. Another thing, what I did here is I actually installed, well, I didn't install it, I just added onto it, is a digital wireless meat probe. Now this meat probe, what I have it doing is I fitted it through there, and I actually have it hanging right there in the middle of everything, just so I can get a good reading of the temperature inside my smoker. Now it's a pretty decent meat probe, because what happens as soon as I open the door, temperature drops. Now, last thing, what I also noticed with these smokers is that sometimes the smoke is not as smoky as you would like it, because of the fact that I put that skillet on there. One other thing is, what I did notice is that once I introduced a little bit more oxygen to the mix, it allowed for more smoke to come out. So if you are looking for a very, very heavy smoke set to your meat, you might want to open that up a little bit and allow a little bit more oxygen to go in there. I don't know if you can tell, but there's some smoke coming out of there because of that. But that is also allowing my actual chips on the bottom, or my chunks right now, to actually catch a little bit more fire and introduce more smoke into the meats. So those are a couple of quick tips on how to regulate your actual smoker. This is a real good thing to have because you can actually look at the temperature here. Right now it's 221, and on my actual smoker itself it says it's 200. So you know it's about a 20-degree difference, which means if for whatever reason you don't have access to one of these at some point, you know that if you keep it at 200, you add about 20 degrees to that, and that's where your temperature is, more or less. But other than that, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them on the link, or not on the link, but leave them below, and I will try to get back to them as soon as possible. But overall, this is how you regulate the temperature on your Masterbuilt propane smoker. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been the Smoking Beard.